hang on. Sigma already has 24-70mm f2.8, so why are they releasing this 28-70mm f2.8 lens now? In this video, I am going to answer that question, so don't go anywhere. If you are here for the first time, my name is Pav, and on this channel I talk about all things photography and video, gear reviews, tutorials and more. If this is your thing, then please consider subscribing. I was the same as a lot of you out there. Why 28-70mm? How is this different than already superb 24-70mm lens? Is it actually any good? Is it cheaper? Do we need it? Before I answer all those questions and show you lots of examples taken with this lens and give you my final verdict, I must say massive thanks to Sigma UK for lending me this pre-release lens for this review. However, I wasn't paid or asked by Sigma or anyone else to say anything specific about it, so this is my honest, absolutely honest and 100% unbiased opinion about this lens. This is for sure an alternative to 24-70mm art lens. This new contemporary version is one you might decide to choose instead of 24-70mm for several reasons. Optically, it is pretty much an identical lens, but to keep it smaller and lighter, Sigma has sacrificed that extra 4mm at the wide end of its focal range, and a few other things as well, but about that in just a moment. Shooting with it is a pure pleasure. Instantly satisfying and delivering that extra something special easily. Great autofocusing, accurate and very quick, and it delivers great colors and contrast. Corner to corner sharpness once you start closing the aperture down. But if you want to shoot wide open at f2.8, there is a lot of softness around the edges. Yes, it's a problem technically speaking, but in practice I didn't notice this to impact the quality of my images even when my focusing point was not bang on in the middle of the frame. Bokeh is full of character and it does stand out, making it a great tool for creative shooting. The flaring is really controllable, not bad at all, nothing to complain about, but shooting towards strong light sources generates quite a lot of chromatic aberration. A lot of way more expensive lenses than this suffer from chromatic aberration, including the Sigma 2470. It's something that you just get used to live with or learn to fix in post. Not always easily doable, but in majority of situations it's just a one-click operation. Just like with other recent DG/DN lenses in the contemporary and art Sigma ranges, there is a quite a bit of bulging distortion visible in the photos if you are shooting RAW. This is fixed by most of cameras if you are shooting JPEG or video. Fixing it in post, fixing the bulging is that easy and really only needed if you have vertical or horizontal lines visible in your images. Overall, the performance this lens delivers is very good. Certainly good enough for majority of shooting situations and even professional work. If the lens can't deliver right amount of sharpness, there is a very little you can do in post to rectify this. But this is superb, and I mean pin sharp when and where it matters. All other issues are fixable and not a huge problem in my opinion whatsoever. Just as with photography, video performance is very good. Autofocus doesn't hunt, it's smooth and very responsive, well, at least on a Sony camera. It is certainly a lens truly capable of great results, whatever you point it at and whatever you photograph or video. The build is where the most corner cutting has been done, and I mean in a good way. Sigma took perfectly capable lens, 24-70mm art lens, and shaped it to be more portable, lighter and smaller. This. A lot of photographers and videographers want lighter lenses for run and gun type of work, for travel and for general type of scenarios. By trimming its focal length by 4mm, allow them to make the overall size of the lens smaller than the 24-70mm art lens. They also put just one lightweight focusing element, which keeps the AF unit smaller. I am quoting Sigma's press release here. I presume that there is usually more than one focusing element in a standard zoom like this. Whatever it is, they made it smaller and it works very well. Eye detection, eye tracking works just as well as with any premium lens. There is no noticeable difference from what I'm usually used to, for sure. Also, to reduce its overall weight, they've used a plastic polycarbonate called TSC, thermal stable composite. Don't ask me for details, I don't know. This has got a comparable level of thermal shrinkage to aluminium, apparently. What it means that a lot of parts that would normally be made of metal in a lens like this are actually made of this stuff, the plastic, making it all lighter. This lens weighs just 470 grams, which is nearly half of what 2470 weighs. Well, nearly. It is also shorter, only 101 millimeters long, and with a smaller filter thread of 67 millimeter, is also not as wide. There is no stabilization built in, and the weather sealing is only at the mount and at the back of it to reduce the overall weight. Only one simple button, very standard auto manual focus on and off switch, and that's all. The focus and zoom rings are very smooth, even though the construction of these is all polycarbonate plastic, and the lens extends a bit when zooming in. One thing that bugs me a little in regards to its shape is that sharpish edge. When using it on the Sony A7 III and holding it in my hand for just over an hour, I've noticed that edge is cutting into my finger a lot, making it really sore. Not something I'd like to deal with on a full day shoot with this. Well, this will of course vary with different cameras, and your hands are smaller than mine, but to me it was noticeable design inconvenience. Not exactly a problem, but slight inconvenience. This lens will retail for approx £760 here in UK and $900 before tax in US. That makes it about £300 or dollars less expensive than 2470, but also it is priced very similarly to its biggest competition, for Sony E-Mount anyway, the Tamron 28-75mm f2.8 lens. The fact is that most of us human beings like to belong somewhere. We like to have a brand loyalty. Most of us anyway. If you're already using any of the Sigma lenses and you are happy with them, it's very unlikely that the Tamron equivalent would be your first choice anyway. And if you are a first-time buyer, you should do your research. In my opinion, this is a very capable lens delivering as good results, if not better, in a slightly smaller and lighter package than Tamron and the Sigma 2470. There is no equivalent competition for this for L-mount cameras at all, so the choice between this and 2470 would be purely based on its price or its weight, or maybe the 4mm difference at the wide end. Is it a good value for money? I absolutely think so, as it ticks a lot of boxes. Universal focal length, small, light, and it does really deliver when it matters. Who is this lens for? Certainly a perfect choice for anyone starting up or for anyone who wants to upgrade their kit lens. Also, if you need high quality results and you don't want to carry big and heavy lenses, for example when traveling, this could be it. As it is a standard zoom focal range, it is pretty good for everyday usage. Kids, pets, portrait, food, products, travel, video or photography, this can do it all. So the conclusion is that Sigma is really smashing it right now. This lens is filling that gap of high quality, constant wide aperture zoom lens in affordable price range. This is not a lens that you would buy if you already own a 2470mm. This is an alternative when your budget is tighter or you need a lens that it is as light as possible. This lens can really deliver outstanding results, and it does not disappoint in any way because there is less metal in it. If this is the right lens for you, this is something only you can decide based on what type of photography or video you are shooting. I personally love this for portrait work, and I'd be more than happy to have just this with me when traveling. Also, not bad choice for any event or wedding shooter who wants a wide aperture lens that has got practical focal range without weighing a ton. And trust me, most zooms are heavy. Well, not this one. And this is it from me. If this video was in any way helpful, then please give me that thumbs up. Consider subscribing, hit that bell button to get notifications of my future videos, and thank you for watching. See you next time. A lot of way more they've used the plastic called also only one simple button, standard, box standard, second delay on this monitor. This monitor is okay, this one isn't. Could be something to do with the 10 meters of HDMI cable I'm running here. Right, it's a wrap. Bye.